Every morning, your first words are the code that programs your day. Most people let notifications write that code for them. They wake up, grab the phone, and outsource their mood to strangers, headlines, and algorithms. The Stoics did the opposite. They began by taking the mind back. Marcus Aurelius wrote to himself at dawn to prepare for meddling, arrogance, and surprise, not to despair, but to choose strength ahead of time. Modern neuroscience backs the habit. In the first minutes after waking, your brain is highly plastic. Your reticular activating system starts filtering the world according to the thoughts you feed it. If you feed chaos, you'll see chaos. If you feed clarity, you'll find clarity. This is the morning secret. Speak reality-based declarations that align your mind with how the world actually works. Not fantasy affirmations, not hype. Principles you can live. In this script, you'll get 10 powerful lines to tell yourself every morning, each one rooted in Stoicism, reinforced by clear action, and designed to protect your peace while multiplying your progress. Don't skip any. Each builds on the last. If one hits, keep it. If one stings, study it. Whisper them if you must, but mean every word. 1. I am responsible for how today feels. The moment you accept full responsibility for your state, you stop being a weather report and become the weather. Viktor Frankl put it plainly. Everything can be taken from a person but the last of the human freedoms, to choose one's attitude in any given set of circumstances. You cannot always choose the event, but you can always choose the evaluation. Most people outsource this choice to traffic, timelines, or someone else's tone. Not you. Say the line, then back it with a move. Check your body, lower your shoulders, lengthen your exhale. Choose the next right action. You are not blaming yourself for what happens. You are claiming authorship over what happens within. When you own your mood, you own your morning. When you own your morning, you reset the day's direction. 2. Nothing enters my mind without my permission. Your peace is a fortress. Be the gatekeeper. Marcus Aurelius. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. Most mornings the gates are left wide open. News, noise, and neediness rush in and pitch tents. Shut the gate. Permission isn't denial. It's discernment. Ask of every input. Does this help me act well today? If no, delay it or delete it. If yes, engage with intention. This line is your filter. It lowers the volume of the world and raises the signal of your values. You can acknowledge a slight without entertaining a story. You can see a problem without surrendering your posture. The first win of the day is not in your inbox, it's in your attention. Guard it. 3. Today I focus only on what I can control. Epictetus drew the line that frees you. Some things are in our control, others are not. Anxiety grows where that line is ignored. Put your effort where your influence actually lives. Your thoughts, your choices, your conversations, your craft, your responses. Everything else is weather. You don't argue with weather. You adapt your sail and steer. Use a simple drill. List 3 items under control, 1 item under influence, and everything else under acceptance. Then act on the first list before you check the second. You'll feel lighter, not because the world changed, but because your point of leverage got clear again. Effectiveness replaces rumination. Motion replaces speculation. This one sentence saves hours. 4. My worth is not measured by today's outcomes. Seneca advised emperors and still lost status, wealth, and eventually his life. External outcomes are preferred indifference, welcome when they come, irrelevant to your dignity when they don't. Tie your identity to your effort and your ethics, not to today's numbers. Celebrate wins without becoming them. Learn from losses without living in them. Say the line and separate two columns in your head: effort, outcome. The first defines you, the second informs you. When your value is stable, your performance improves because fear loosens its grip. You can be bold because a miss won't erase your worth. You can be patient because urgency isn't desperation. You walk into the day with quiet confidence that cannot be repossessed. 5. I will act, not just intend. Marcus reminded himself, you are rising to the work of a human being. Plans don't change your life, movements do. Intention is comfortable because it feels like progress without the risk. Action is uncomfortable, which is why it works. Shrink the gap between knowing and doing. Use an implementation sentence. At time, in place, I will first action, then move while the window is open. Perfection is a stalling tactic dressed up as standards. Momentum is a decision dressed up as motion. Do one meaningful thing before you check for feedback. The fastest way to respect yourself is to keep a promise to yourself before the world wakes up. One action beats 100 almosts. These first 5 lines reset your inner operating system: ownership, boundaries, control, worth, and action. Say them slowly. Let them organize your attention. You'll notice something subtle. Your posture changes. Your breath lengthens. Your choices get quieter and stronger. That's not magic. That's method. Morning is leverage. Use it. In Part 2, we'll lock in the remaining 5 lines that complete the frame. Discipline over motivation, gratitude as focus training, anti-fragile growth through challenge, freedom from comparison, and the nightly reset that compounds. Together, they turn calm into momentum, and momentum into a life that feels self-directed, not reactive. For now, anchor what you've learned with one identity statement: I control my morning. I control my day. Write it somewhere you'll see before any screen. And if a single thought tries to hijack your mood, return to the most important line of all: nothing enters my mind without my permission. Start now. Begin deliberately. Now, lock in the remaining 5 lines that complete your morning code. Say them slowly, live them honestly, and watch how your day bends toward clarity and control. 6. I choose discipline over motivation. Motivation is a mood. Discipline is a decision. Moods drift with weather and sleep. Decisions anchor to values and repeat regardless. The Stoics did not wait to feel like acting. They acted, and feeling followed. Marcus wrote, "At dawn, remind yourself you are rising to the work of a human being. Do the first deliberate act before the world can interrupt you. Make a small promise you can keep, then keep it. Keep it again tomorrow." Consistency builds a quiet pride that noise cannot touch. Discipline frees you from bargaining with yourself all day long. Decide once, execute many times. Mantra: commit, then execute. 7. Gratitude will shape how I see the day. Gratitude is not denial. It is attention training. Your brain notices what you rehearse. If you rehearse absence, you will find it everywhere. If you rehearse presence, you will find it everywhere. Seneca warned, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it." Waste begins in the morning when we overlook ordinary gifts. Right now, heartbeats, breath, light, shelter, water, chances. Name 3 real things you appreciate before a single screen. This shifts your nervous system toward calm and possibility. Gratitude widens perspective, so problems shrink to fit their actual size. You're not ignoring pain, you're refusing to ignore blessings. Mantra: notice abundance before agenda. 8. Every challenge is a chance to grow stronger. The same fire that melts wax hardens clay. Choose your composition. James Stockdale survived years as a prisoner of war by pairing faith with brutal facts. Marcus distilled it. The impediment to action becomes action. What stands in the way becomes the way. When difficulty appears, ask 2 questions. What is this here to teach me? Where is my next controlled action? Turn frustration into training by defining a rep you can do, a call, a line written, a set completed, a boundary kept. You cannot always remove the obstacle, but you can always increase your capacity. Growth is not comfortable, and comfort is rarely growth. Accept the test and build. Mantra: turn obstacles into reps. 9. I will not compare my journey to anyone else's. Comparison steals joy, focus, and truth. Social feeds turn strangers into standards, and your own life into a trial you can never win. Epictetus advised, look to what you do yourself, not to what your neighbor says or does. Your variables are different, your values are different, your timing is different. Build standards that fit your path. Measure yourself by the promises you keep, the skills you build, and the courage you show under pressure. Celebrate others without shrinking yourself. Take inspiration, not instruction, from their timeline. If you must compare, compare with yesterday's you. Is your judgment clearer, your conduct steadier, your craft sharper? That is the only race that matters. Mantra: run your race at your pace. 10. I will end the day better than I started. Perfection is not the target, progress is. Seneca reviewed his evenings to learn, forgive, and adjust. You can do the same in minutes. Ask 3 simple questions at night. What did I do well? Where did I fall short? What is one small improvement for tomorrow? Even a 1% gain compounds into a life that feels radically different. When days go badly, you can still win the day by extracting a lesson and resetting your aim. When days go well, you can still grow by spotting where your process slipped. The point is not to judge yourself harshly. The point is to keep steering. End steady. Sleep clean. Start again. These 10 lines are not slogans. They are switches. Each one turns your attention from noise to control, from drama to direction. Say them aloud, write them by hand, and pair each with a simple act. Responsibility pairs with breath. Permission pairs with a phone kept face down. Control pairs with the first focus block. Worth pairs with standards. Action pairs with the smallest meaningful task. Discipline pairs with routine. Gratitude pairs with noticing. Challenge pairs with a rep. Comparison pairs with humility. Ending strong pairs with review. Build a morning that enforces the lines before the world can argue with them. Wake, water, breath, movement, 1 page of Stoic thought, 1 sentence of intent, 1 meaningful action. Avoid early opinions and late decisions. Shield the first minutes from feeds, and your mind will shield you for hours after. Remember, your phone is a tool, not a trainer. You set the terms. You decide what enters. You decide what stays. You decide what you will magnify with repeated attention. When pressure rises, return to the simplest cues. 2 calm breaths, shoulders down, eyes on what you can do next. Speak in short, steady sentences. Ask yourself, is this within my control? If yes, act. If no, let go. Then move your body even for a minute. Motion shifts emotion. None of this is a performance. You do it for yourself, not for an audience. The point is not to look unbothered, but to be unbothered because you are rooted in reason. Lock the identity so the behavior has a home. Say, I am the guardian of my peace. I am a person of standards. I place my focus where my actions live. I refuse to perform for approval. I build strength by meeting the day as it is, not as I wish it were. When you hold this posture, people feel it. Meetings get shorter, arguments fade, progress compounds. Your present starts teaching without a single speech. Finish with pledge. Today I choose responsibility, focus, and action. I will protect attention, practice gratitude, turn obstacles into reps, and end stronger than I began. Type. I control my morning. I control the day.